2 months had passed since the divorce. 2 months of quiet mornings, empty chairs, and the hollow rhythm of life without her. Piece by piece, I had rebuilt my world, guided by the hard truth that some people are meant to leave, and some lessons can only be learned the painful way. Then, unexpectedly, she appeared, standing at my doorstep, tears streaming, voice trembling. "Please, can we start again?" I froze, taking in the sight of Emily, the woman who had once been my everything and had destroyed it with her own hands. For a moment, the old instincts, the protective, caring, nostalgic impulses flickered, but the memory of betrayal, of nights spent doubting her loyalty, of whispered lies behind closed doors, extinguished them instantly. I had learned the hard way that charm and tears are often weapons in the hands of those who break trust. I remembered the first day we met. Emily had been full of life and laughter, drawing me in with her magnetic smile and mischievous eyes. For 3 years, I had trusted her completely, given her everything, my home, my heart, my future. And in return, she had offered deception, a tangled web of excuses and half-truths that ended with a signed divorce decree and a finality I had once believed impossible. Now, standing there, I noticed subtle changes. Slightly thinner, the glow of remorse shadowed by desperation. Her voice cracked as she continued. "I've made mistakes. I know I hurt you, but I can't stop thinking about us. Please, give me another chance." The room seemed smaller somehow, the weight of her words pressing into the quiet I had carefully cultivated over the last 2 months. I didn't respond right away. Years of betrayal had taught me patience, and patience was a weapon I wielded well. I let her words hang in the air, silence reflecting her actions. My mind traced every step of our past, every lie, every broken promise, every moment I had silently endured her disregard. This wasn't simply about her asking. It was about reckoning, and she was only now beginning to grasp the weight of her choices. Emily sank into the chair across from me, hands clenched tightly, knuckles white. Her eyes, once playful and confident, shimmered with tears and desperation. She tried to speak, but I raised a hand, let her understand that words alone could never undo the past. True remorse, I had learned, shows itself not in pleading, but in the steady acknowledgement of the damage done. I recalled the final months of our marriage vividly, the quiet nights she spent on her phone, the vague excuses, fleeting warmth, and subtle lies that had slowly built a wall I could no longer breach. I had tried, patiently and calmly, to reach her, to salvage what we had built. But trust, once broken, does not mend with apologies alone. It demands proof, time, and consistency, things she had failed to provide. "Emily," I said slowly, my voice steady and measured, "you had your chance. 3 years of trust, 3 years of partnership, and you chose to walk away. And now you come back, expecting that a few tears and words can reset everything? Life doesn't work that way. Actions have consequences. Trust once shattered cannot be glued back overnight." She looked down, biting her lip, searching for words. "I know I was wrong. I see that now. I can't stop thinking about what we had. Please, let me make it right." Her voice wavered, pleading, almost breaking. I remained silent, letting the room amplify my calm observation. 2 months had taught me that silence often speaks louder than any argument, and tonight it would be my ally again. I traced the memories in my mind, the laughter, the love, the moments we had shared. Alongside them, the betrayal, the dishonesty, the sleepless nights questioning her loyalty. A flood of emotions tried to rise, but I held them back, clinging to clarity. This wasn't about forgiveness. It was about awareness. She needed to understand fully what her choices had cost and what she risked by trying to manipulate her way back into my life. Finally, I leaned back, letting the silence stretch. Emily's tears continued, but in her eyes, I saw the first flicker of realization. The woman who had once wielded charm and defiance now faced a calm, unwavering resolve of someone who had learned to protect his heart. And in that stillness, she found her reckoning. Her tears fell quietly. No frantic words, no pleading. She sat in the weight of the consequences she had tried so hard to avoid. I remained composed, letting her sit with the truth. The apartment felt heavy, charged with the tension of betrayal and the weight of lessons learned too late. 2 months. I finally said, my voice steady, cutting through the silence. 2 months I've lived without you, rebuilding a life you helped destroy. And now you stand here asking for a reset, as if the past can vanish. You can't erase what you did. You can't undo the nights I doubted your honesty, the moments I questioned our foundation, the sleepless hours spent reconciling the woman I loved with the choices you made. Her hands trembled in her lap, a mixture of fear, regret, and understanding. The playful defiance, the thrill of manipulation, the casual charm, all replaced by vulnerability and quiet shame. She was realizing, perhaps for the first time, that trust is not a borrowed item to be handed back at will. I leaned forward slightly, my gaze unwavering. You want another chance? I said, voice low, deliberate. Understand this. If there is to be a chance, it won't be given lightly. Words aren't enough. Tears aren't enough. Proof, consistency, honesty. These are the only things I could even begin to make amends. And even then, it's your choice whether you truly change or simply try to manipulate your way back into what you lost. She swallowed hard, nodding slowly. The weight of comprehension had settled. For the first time, she understood that charm, tears, and pleading cannot bypass accountability. The woman who had once tried control with subtle games now faced the calm, unyielding patience of someone who had mastered observation and detachment. I stood and moved toward the window, letting the city lights illuminate the lesson. Emily remained seated, reflective, absorbing every pause, every unspoken judgment. The balance of power had shifted completely. She would leave with a memory of my calm, the weight of her mistakes, and the clarity that trust, once broken, is never freely restored. Tonight had been quiet, subtle, decisive. No yelling, no threats, no dramatic confrontation. Just calm observation and unwavering awareness. In that silent reckoning, the truth was absolute. Betrayal cannot be ignored, and those who break trust will always face the consequences. Emily's return was not the reset she had hoped for.